Hey everyone, it's Justice for Comics. It's Thursday. Just wanted to highlight some books I picked up, a few things that are going on in the news. Bleeding Cool has an article here about some books that just came out this week that are going to second printing. Black Panther #2, Doctor Strange #2, Immortal Hulk #2, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #32, Sentry #1, Venom #3, and Multiple Man #1. So that gives you an idea of what's probably selling really well if those are going to second printings right away, especially when they just came out this week. So thought I would highlight some books that came out that I picked up this week. This is one that is really, really hot right now. This is the Venom one, and I think it's 1 out of 50 or maybe 1 out of 25. I can't remember. I think it's 1 out of 25. This is the Molino variant for issue #3. So there's a brand new villain, a new first appearance in this book. I think his name is Null, Knull. I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's basically the god of the symbiotes, and he dates back, I guess, thousands of years. So it's an interesting character. It was pretty cool. It was kind of looked like Dracula, kind of a symbiote mixed with Dracula. So it'll be interesting to see in the upcoming issues if they go in more into the origin of the character. But definitely, this is a hot book right now. This variant, I picked them up at a couple of local shops. I did have to do some driving around, but it was worth the drive. I picked them up for like $20 a piece. I got 2 of them here, and I see this on eBay. It's going well over $100 now. So, yeah, I'm wondering if this will be similar to Thanos 13 Albuquerque variant. I missed that. Unfortunately, I don't have it in my personal collection, and I just refuse to spend that much money now for it. But that could have been purchased early on for about $40 to $50. And I remember looking at it and didn't buy it. So I guess I wasn't really aware of the importance of it, I suppose, at the time, and I'm sure most people were in the same boat as me, and that's why the book's worth a lot now. But that's something, who knows, this could be a big book at some point. I'm going to hold on to it and see what happens. I got a good price on it, so yeah, I'm real happy about that purchase this week. Another one I wanted to highlight that's pretty hot right now is Miss Marvel, and this is #31, the B cover. Believe it or not, this was the hardest book for me to get this week. I haven't checked to see what it's going for on eBay or anything like that, but I called around to a bunch of shops. I found one shop that held one for me, and a lot of the shops told me they didn't get any. They don't really have it on their pull list. It's not a heavily subscribed to book, so a lot of the shops did not carry it at all. They may have had 1 or 2 A covers, but the B cover, which seems to be the one everyone wants, the artist is by the name of Stephanie Hans, and it's a pretty cool cover. In my opinion, it's no Matina or Delato cover, but yeah, it's decent. Why it's in huge demand, I guess maybe just because the print run, and it's hard. I can tell you, I'm in an area that has a lot of comic book shops, and I only found one. So, and I'm pretty good about going after stuff when it comes out. But so that, who knows? We'll see what happens with this book. That could be one of the reasons it rockets in value, is because just the low print run on it. So thought I'd mention that. Another cool cover this week, I got one of these. I think it's pretty cool. Tyler Kirkman is the artist, and his work lately has been very, very good. So I think the last couple Green Lanterns I've picked up because of his cover on that. So yeah, if you see this in the store, I would grab it. $2.99, pretty good price, and I think that was sold out pretty quick on Midtown too. So I probably should have bought more. I only found one available at the shop I was at. Another one that people are going crazy for, I guess, or a little bit crazy, is this Bloodstrike Brutalist. This is the first appearance of the Pouch, which is sort of a satirical, it's Liefeld making fun of himself for all the stupid characters he created in the 90s, and everyone had a pouch on them, and it's kind of a it's kind of a dumb I couldn't even read this comic book. The regular the character is not in the storyline. You're reading through an ongoing storyline of Bloodstrike, which I have not read at all, so I was lost, and the artwork was so bad I couldn't even read it. So I literally read the first page, maybe 2 pages, and just said, okay, that's it for me. So this is a book I will absolutely flip. I already flipped one already. I've already got one sold on eBay, and this is another one. I'll triple my money on it. I'm okay with that. So that's a good old flipper. We'll get rid of that one. Another one I got in the mail today. This was an order, and then of course after I bought it on eBay, I think I paid only $10 for this, including shipping. So not bad. But then Midtown, I must have got a bigger order because all of a sudden I see this on Midtown now. But I love the cover on this. The story is really, really good, but that cover is just sweet. I don't know. I just love that cover. So I think there's 3 covers on this, and I've got the black and white one already. And that's my favorite, though, is the B cover. So if you haven't picked that one up already, I would go on Midtown. I think they still have some for sale. Venom number 3, the regular A cover. I picked up several of these. I think I got 3 of them, maybe one in my Midtown order too. So I think I'll have about 4 of these. And yeah, with that first appearance of that new villain, I think this could be a good book. We'll see. Donny Cates seems to do well for collectors. So if you haven't picked this up this week at your local shop, I would track it down if I were you. And there's a pretty good print run on it. I didn't have any problem picking these up. Several of the shops I went to had plenty in supply. So, I don't think this is going to be a Thanos 13 A cover price. That's an $80 to $100 book. The print run on that comic was a lot less than Venom. Venom, this is in the 100 to 200,000 range in print run. So, I don't think the value long term is going to be quite that high, but in the short term, I think it's doing pretty well. So pick that up if you can. Another one I picked up that definitely has a low print run, and I think a lot of people are maybe not aware of it, is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I mentioned this on my last video. It's the first appearance of Princess Fisk, and you know this because it tells you right on the cover. That might help sell the comic book. Seems like we're on that trend lately of first appearances, so I got 2 copies of that at one of my local shops, and that seems to have some heat on it right now on eBay. So if you see that in your local shop, I doubt you will. A lot of people are now clued into this, and some of the shop owners I'm pretty sure are pulling this off the shelf. So if you happen to get lucky and see it on the shelf, I would grab it. Another one that's hot right now is Batgirl. This is 24, the Middleton B cover. Yeah, Middleton covers have been really, really hot. The last one was really, really good, and that one still sells consistently on eBay for $40 to $50. I mean, consistently. And I picked up like 4 copies of that one. So this one I picked up a bunch as well. We'll see. Right now I think it sells around $12 on eBay. So definitely more than cover. But yeah, I mean, I don't like this one as much. Some people like it though because there's more detail in it. I mean, it is pretty cool with the split cover, and a lot of people like that. But I like 23 way better. So we'll see. Maybe long term this does well. Middleton's definitely a hot artist right now, so be on the lookout for that at your local shop. Another one of the last ones I want to highlight that I picked up is Deadpool. I'll turn it this way. This is Deadpool number 1. This is the Delato variant. You would have had to have pre-ordered this comic book. Obviously, it's not for sale in any comic book shop that I know of. I've not seen it at any of the shops, 6 or 7 comic book shops in my area. No one had this book, and you would have only been able to really get it on a pre-order. And I think it also comes with a certificate of authenticity on the back, letting you know it's limited to only 600 copies, and this one is actually numbered number 19 of 600. So pretty cool. I got a good price on this book. I just think it's a cool cover. I didn't really buy it in the hopes of, I'm not flipping it or anything like that. I'm just gonna hold it in long term in my collection. I'm not a huge Deadpool fan. I think mainly because he's been written poorly. I think the humor, yeah, I can understand Deadpool having some humor to it, but I think if you put a really good writer on Deadpool, eventually I think a lot of these older books will go up in value. And then this is definitely a low print run book. So, and I just think it's a cool cover. I don't know. Great covers like this, I think will always hold their value, and not just and I think there's a first appearance of a character in this as well. I haven't read the book yet, but one of my YouTube friends had indicated that there was a first appearance on this book. So that's it for the week. Some of the books that I picked up, I wanted to highlight. That Deadpool, definitely I wanted to kind of show that off. If you can still find it. I know there are some on eBay for sale. I would pick it up. It's pretty cool. Next week's a big week. I know we've got Batman number 50 coming out. I've got a few pre-ordered books that I ordered ahead of time, some variant covers, and I don't think I'll have them by next week, but maybe I'll get lucky with shipping. But if I do have them, I'll definitely do a video on those books. I've got a couple, like maybe 6 different copies of different variants on Batman 50. There's probably 100 variants on that book. I know on Midtown, I think there was like 25. But I picked up a few that I liked that were kind of store exclusives based on the artwork. I just thought they were really cool covers, and I will highlight that when I get them in the next week or so. I hope everybody has a great week, and if you haven't already, go get your books, and I will shoot a video maybe this weekend and giving you some other things to look at collecting. And if you have any comments, I would love to hear them. Please post them below. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And hope everybody has a great week. Thanks, guys.